The city of ancient Carthage shimmers under the North African sun, with bustling markets and thronging streets. It's a scene from 264 BC, where traders, merchants, and travelers from distant lands gather to exchange goods. A Roman forum teems in contrast with political figures discussing strategies for expanding Rome's influence. The distant island of Sicily rests untouched, but strategically significant. Between the azure of sky and sea, ships glide, Carthaginian vessels dominating Mediterranean trade routes, sleek and threatening. Clad in Roman armor, eager soldiers practice their drills, a tang of metallic courage in the air, while a whisper of the Carthaginian threat intensifies their resolve. In Sicily, we see the city-state of Messana embroiled in chaos as mercenaries, known as the Mamertines, face the risk of Carthaginian control. An urgent plea to Rome is sent in secrecy. As Roman senators debate intervention, the room crackles with tension. Tables adorned with maps of Sicily come alive in discussion, voices rising as they argue over the fate of Messana and Rome's path forward. The clatter of bronze goblets and the sharp rustle of parchment add to the cacophony. Naval shipyards bustle with activity. Roman workers build an unfamiliar fleet, guided by engineers sketching the novel corvus. The air is thick with the scent of sea salt and freshly cut timber, as the rhythmic pounding of hammers fills the yard. Amidst crashing waves, deadly sea battles unfold. Roman ships deploy the corvus and capture enemy vessels in highly choreographed warfare. The roar of sailors, the clash of iron, and the sharp cries of command create a chaotic symphony as victorious Roman troops board and overwhelm their foes. Victory cries echo from Roman ships after the Battle of Mylae, Roman sailors celebrating their first naval success. The sound of triumphant laughter spreads across the fleet as the sun casts golden rays over the sea, signaling the dawn of Rome's naval ascendancy. A stoic figure emerges, Hamilcar Barca, rallying Carthaginian forces. We see him strategizing in a tent, Carthaginian banners fluttering around. His eyes move over maps and battle plans as his voice, deep and commanding, inspires his commanders with words of defiance. The Battle of the Aegates Islands concludes. Roman vessels split Carthaginian ships with precision, signaling an end to the First Punic War. As Carthage yields under the Treaty of Lutatius, defeated warriors depart Sicily, leaving behind memories of warfare. A figure with burning eyes, Hannibal Barca, emerges from his father's shadow, that hatred for Rome aflame within his chest. His presence is both fierce and resolute, as he rallies his troops with a voice that stirs the soul, vowing to carry on his father's legacy and exact vengeance for Carthage. Majestic elephants lumber across snowy peaks, Hannibal's audacious crossing of the Alps, his army struggling yet determined. In northern Italy, a panorama of struggling troops appears, Hannibal's fatigued yet resilient army gearing to face Rome. The air is heavy with the scent of sweat and the sound of labored breathing, but determination glows in their eyes as they prepare for the brutal test ahead. At Cannae, Roman legions fall to Hannibal's cunning maneuver, the double envelopment, a masterpiece of tactical genius. The battlefield becomes a sea of chaos as Hannibal's forces close in, trapping the Roman soldiers and turning their strength into a fatal disadvantage. Bleak Roman faces at the Senate reflect a city in fear, but there's defiance and vows of resistance prevailing in hearts. Emerging from the turmoil is Scipio Africanus, young but fiercely competent, quietly scheming to counter Hannibal's strengths in Spain. With a keen mind and unyielding resolve, he rallies his forces, studying Hannibal's strategies and forging alliances to reclaim Rome's honor. A pivotal clash unfolds at Zama, Scipio versus Hannibal in a legendary confrontation, Roman and Carthaginian forces colliding in an epic showdown. Rome prevails, and Carthage submits to humiliating terms under the Treaty of Zama. A vibrancy of Roman triumph fills the air. The streets of Rome echo with cheers and the sight of victorious legions marching through the city, their banners held high as the people celebrate their hard-won glory. The Senate now debates Carthage's fate, a plan steeped in finality. As Carthago delenda est, Carthage must be destroyed, rings ominously. Beyond Roman walls, Carthage prepares for imminent siege. Every ounce of Carthaginian pride summoned for this last stand. Siege machines and Roman armaments clatter and grind towards Carthage, setting the stage for a destructive conflict. The pounding of wheels and creak of wooden frames mix with soldiers' shouts as Rome's forces prepare to unleash their might on the city that once dared to challenge them. Carthage's ruins smolder. The taste of Roman vengeance is triumphant as the city falls, its legacy shattered. Smoke curls into the sky, mingling with the cries of the defeated as Roman legions move through the streets, ensuring not a stone is left to tell the tale of Carthage's once proud power. We witness Rome burgeoning, the empire stretching far and wide across the Mediterranean, cementing its dominance. Yet unrest simmers. Wealth amassed brings societal shifts, and Rome's peasants grow discontent. The gap between the rich and the poor widens as aristocrats indulge in excess, sparking whispers of rebellion and voices demanding change within the Republic. Political axles churn as Tiberius and Gaius Gracchus rise, challenging and shaking the aristocracy. With reforms to redistribute land and curb elite power, they draw the Senate's ire, sparking fierce debates and violent confrontations that leave a lasting mark on Rome's political balance. Avaricious generals Marius and Sulla seize upon Rome's vulnerability, tampering with traditional order. Exploiting their command over loyal legions, they march on Rome to advance personal ambitions and challenge the Senate's authority, sparking civil wars that deepen the Republic's fractures. Echoing Hannibal's legacy, Caesar rises amid chaos, his ambitions echoing past commanders' feats. With unmatched military skill and a charismatic presence, he rallies his legions and outmaneuvers rivals, seeking to outshine Rome's heroes and reshape the Republic in his image. Crossing the Rubicon unleashes an unstoppable transition. The Republic stands poised at the brink of transformation. A conclusive act unfolds. The end of the Republic, Octavian poised to usher in an era of imperial majesty. The birth of the Roman Empire shadows Carthage's demise, its lessons a backdrop to Rome's enduring saga of power.